Hi everyone, my name is Shade,
And I'm Bethany.
and this is for
Food Only.
food only.
I think we need to work on that.
Yeah, we need to definitely work on that. This is where we stir food and gist.
Wow.
Yeah, we definitely need to work on that.
We need to work on it. But Shade, can we just talk about how, like, it's good that we have things to work on finally?
Yes,
Finally.
because
Yeah.
we have been stressed, beyond stressed.
We've been struggling.
We have been struggling. There's been a lot of ups and downs in regards to this podcast.
More
but-
downs.
More downs.
Over down.
Yeah, but I feel like us doing this right now is definitely an up.
Yeah, for sure. It only
Si se
took us how many
puede.
months?
Less than 2 months.
More than 2 months.
More than 2 months. Okay. Si se puede.
Si se puede. Si se puede.
Gay.
And we did it.
We did it.
So congrats to us on that.
Congratulations.
But anyways, what's this about, Shads? Let me tell. I'm not gonna lie. Let me even tell you guys. Gone today. Today.
Where did we go? As you were saying, go ahead. What happened?
Today. Today alone has drained me.
Yes, but we did have we did have a wonderful smoothie.
Yes. Okay. I guess let's start with the positives.
Yes.
Since this is what we're doing now.
Yes.
Let's open with the positives of today, because today has been stressful already.
Yes,
And
it has been.
This isn't even our first official recording, but let's talk about the positives.
Yes. We woke up this morning.
Ah,
So we're very blessed. Very blessed to wake up this morning.
hashtag blessed.
We drove, we did our things, we ran our errands. I went to the gym. She got some packing done. It was a productive morning, I believe.
Okay, one.
Number 2 is we woke up in the morning. That's even 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because God
Okay.
gave us the grace.
So fairs, and then when you said we had a good smoothie.
We had a really good smoothie. I had a smoothie before, but Bethany
I didn't
had.
know you had.
Yeah, I always have smoothies after my workout sessions. Bethany she had a whole bunch of cravings, but thankfully the smoothie did an amazing job. This smoothie is called Leg Day. It had coconut, it had mango, it had banana, it had peanut butter and almond butter. It was delicious.
I'm not gonna lie, that smoothie elevated my mood, because Shade, you knew how I was.
Yeah. Tobes, I give you toilet because she had cravings.
I'm not that bad.
You're not that bad. Anyways.
Wow. Okay. Moving forward. So, who are we? Like, we just came and sat down in front of the mic.
Yeah, we're supposed to gist small, because this is a podcast where I guess we'll be gisting throughout.
We do normally gist.
I guess, how was your weekend?
Wow.
No, actually, before we even get there, is there anything you want to say besides this podcast stressing us?
Man, I'm just happy. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I am.
How about that?
I'm happy that we are here.
Yeah.
Because it was just an idea and we were consistent. Let me tell you about something. If you want something, you got to go get it. I know it's easier said than done, because I cried 2 days ago because where I want to be, I'm not. But
you're looking at it.
I'm looking at it. But there's something about, I think also having a partner, having someone that can hold you accountable is vital.
That's kind of crazy, Shade, because I hope you're not thinking that I'm gonna hold you accountable
in regards to this podcast.
Because
this was your idea, babe. So
I mean, but do you know how many ideas I have in a day, Shade? So
that's amazing.
If anybody's being accountable, holding anyone accountable is you.
We can do it together.
Do you know how many times I wanted to call you last night, Shade, to tell you that I'm not coming today?
Seriously? Thunder. Thunder will not fire you, but are you serious?
Do you know my mind is everywhere?
It is. And it can be a lot.
And there's too much. There's too much happening. So I was going to call you, and Tobes was like, do you just want to call her? And I was like, no, I'm going to disappoint her, and I can't disappoint Shade.
I would have, what's funny?
Do you know what killed me the most?
What?
The fact that I had already been gone for 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
So if I now called again.
There was no way. I would have come to your house, drag you. Because I was thinking, like, is Bethany going to be like, something came up, I have to do this, orders here and there.
Something was going to come up.
Yeah. I was like, they did not burn her well, because my room is already in shambles, first of all.
That's what I said. I'm like, this babe has not slept on a straight bed.
On a straight bed.
For months. For months.
let's
There was no
let's
way.
let's give kudos to the way we designed our sets.
Yes, let's shout out to you, Shads.
Shout out to us, babes. Shout out to us.
Woo.
Because your hands are warm and I'm cold. That is weird.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous. I think I need to eat more iron.
Maybe that's what you need.
I need more iron intake.
Whew.
Okay,
Okay.
let's get to it.
So what? Who are we?
who are we?
Shads?
Go ahead, babes. You go first.
Well, my name is Bethany. I am a chef and I dabble in food business here and there.
Let's get deeper.
I don't know how deep you want me to be, hun.
What do you when you say you dabble in food? What does that mean? Kilo
I do
dabble.
food stuff here and there. So like I can do recipes for people. I can help them with their food content. I can help them.
We are from Texas.
There is a food business
Thank
called
you.
Adun.
I was waiting for that. I was wondering.
Okay. I am a chef and I am a partner.
Is it co-owner or co-founder?
I mean, I don't even know.
It's
I don't
everything.
see. It's just I dabble in that food business called Adun.
You do more than dabble, babes. You sleep.
I
you
sprinkle
dwell.
my fairy dust on Adun.
You do more than okay. Well, your fairy dust is impactful because
Fair.
I'm sure Toby's
I'll
happy.
take that.
I should not even say his name because it's
The secret man. The secret man.
sorry,
The
sorry,
secret partner. My business partner. We should
business
not say
partner.
his name.
Yeah, I'm sure he's
Um,
blessed to have you as a partner because you are an amazing soul.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Adun is what it is because of the people.
Yeah, of
so
course.
Oinkon Coco,
Oh,
Miss
yes,
Charity,
absolutely, everyone.
Letty, Karen.
Yes, put their own government name on
Everybody. Anna. I can't even put that last name. But yeah, so that's where we are. Anyway, Shads, who are you? What do you
I am also a chef, and I am the owner of Shadi Eats Fine Small Chops. That took a while. That took like 3 years to come up with, but I love to cook. I dabble in private catering services, catering intimate. I don't do large parties. It stresses me out. I'm always about quality over quantity. Please, I used to go to beg you. If you want to do wedding 100,
Shade said if you don't have the correct number, don't call her.
respectfully.
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 Don't hit my line.
Yes.
She
so-
said don't call me.
Yes, I
Please
have
call
been
her 'cause
cooking
she's
professionally.
awesome.
We're both awesome, babes. I have been cooking professionally since 2019. And yeah, we actually went to the same culinary school.
Yeah, but that's not how we met, though.
That's not
didn't
how we
meet-
met,
we
yes.
didn't meet at culinary school.
Okay, so how did we meet?
We met outside of culinary school.
I feel like before we get into, actually no, go ahead. Sorry, babes.
No, you're good. So, Toby, who's my business partner, the founder of Adun, is and I used to do pop-ups. I guess you could call them pop-ups.
Yeah.
So we'll do like brunch series, dinner series, all of that stuff. And Shade's cousin Lola came to one of the events,
Love you,
and
Lolas.
she was like,
Love you lots.
"Hey, my cousin Shade does something really cool like this, and she's doing dinners, Afrofusion, and all of that. Her first dinner is gonna be next week or the fall. She said when.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say next week. And it'll be cool. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, oh, what's your cousin's name? She's like, oh, she's just Shade Eats, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
I go on Shade's Instagram. Obviously, I love what I see. Not just because she's a fine babe, because she is a fine babe, but
Sexy,
I mean, food was just all over her page. And it was the kind of food that I was into. So I looked at the date of her event, and it was the same day that we were also doing an event.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically sent her a message saying good luck, blah, blah, blah. Hope we can meet. At
Same
that
day,
time,
same
though,
Mm-hmm.
before then, I actually used to do meal delivery. So I had just freshly quit my job as a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
as a maths teacher. And I was like, I'm not trying to be a maths teacher anymore. Not because I didn't like it, but my passion was getting divided. And I feel like teaching, truthfully, like, I'm not even saying this to sound funny, but I feel like teaching requires your full attention. Like, you can't
Yeah.
half-ass it with people's kids. And that's the
Absolutely.
reason why I truthfully was like, you know what? I'm not giving this my 100%, and I should step away because something else is taking that. And so in the meantime, as I was transitioning, I started to do the lunch delivery. That's a whole conversation on its own because that shit was a disaster. It was awesome because the food was
was
great,
delicious,
but the logistics behind it was a disaster.
But because it wasn't just planned.
Yeah,
properly,
no, exactly.
yeah.
That's
And you need a
that's
team.
why. That is as simple as that. It lacked planning, it lacked direction, and so far, it was a disaster.
So far.
Therefore, so forth and hence on, disastrous. But we met because she ordered food from me.
Yes.
And I went to go deliver it to her at her office. And I think that was the official meeting, but it was so brief.
It was very brief. Yeah, it was. You were kind because you walked up the elevator. Well, walked up. You went to the elevator because I was expecting to meet you downstairs.
How would I have divided, Shadi?
No, but you wait downstairs. I would have.
But it was to your office.
To my office.
That's the branding. The branding was you get lunch.
So you do your job really well, even though you were stressed out. You did your job really, really well. But that's how we met.
The first time.
But
we didn't talk.
We didn't really talk. Yeah.
Hi, thanks for ordering.
Yeah. But the fries were good. The wings were good.
Yeah, the wings were good. The fries were just
sweet potato fries. They were delicious.
Sweet potato fries. Then we went on a date. Can you talk about our
date?
Date?
Was amazing. We had sushi and then we had ice cream. It was nice. We had sushi. It was really good. We had conversations, and when we had conversation, we had so much in common, so much interest. There were things that we were doing that we were doing it together, but not together, but we were doing it on our own individuality.
But we're doing the same thing.
But it was the exact same thing. We had interest on like which culinary school to go to. Surprisingly, it was the exact same culinary school in Houston that we were looking into.
I mean, we didn't have many choices, Shade.
But there's at least 4 or 3 in Houston.
I mean, fair.
But our eyes were on the same exact one, unknowingly. So I was an accountant, and I was, I think, 4 years in, 3.5 years in, and it was so mundane. I was ready to just get out, and culinary school came to mind. So I was still afraid of like leaving a 9 to 5 to go to culinary school. Like, what does that mean? You just don't do it on your, like, you just don't do it when you're like free. You have to do it for a purpose, for a reason. So I was very, very hesitant about, going to culinary school, and you played a big role in encouraging me. You did, Bethany. Don't say anything. You went to open house with me.
Yeah.
My face was like, where am I going to find this amount of money to pay for school first of all?
Okay, but did you find it or did you not?
I found it, thank God.
Okay.
But how am I going to leave accounting to do culinary? It sounds very backwards. I had so many thoughts, but you encouraged me and you led the way. And we both enrolled. I was doing night classes. You were doing morning classes because you also had your catering gigs during the day. I had my 9 to 5 during the day. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's how we did it. No, really, that's how we did it. I think for me, I was in a weird place because, like I said, I already knew I was transitioning out of teaching. But my transitioning out of teaching wasn't actually to go to culinary school. Did I ever tell you that I was supposed to go do like an MBA? No, I don't think I've ever told you.
I don't think so. I think you mentioned it to me once.
Maybe once, really briefly, right? So the original plan was to go do an MBA. And then I started studying for the GRE. Or is it GMAT? One of those.
I think it's a GMAT.
That you can do either or, right?
Oh, yes, you can.
I started studying for that thing. And then I just said, my heart is not in this. My heart is not in this.
I love how you can be honest with yourself. Because imagine if you were to do the GRE, the GMATs, do everything. And then it would be too late because you wasted time and money.
Yeah. No, I did end up still wasting money because I actually paid for the prep class.
I know. I also paid for a GMAT exam too.
Did you start?
I didn't start because I couldn't. But I also paid for like $250 for the exam.
Oh, I paid $999.97 for the prep class.
Are you serious? That's $1,000.
$1,000, yes. But you know how they like to get you? They put stroke on the 1,000 to make you feel like it's a discount. And I'll say $999.97.
Wow.
Ridiculous people. And I mean, the money went, but it's just money. I ended up going
What do you mean just money? Do you know how much you...
See, now, yes. At that time with my salary, I was fine. I said $1,000, F it. Actually... Let me not even get to the story of that one, because that one is actually something different. But the money went away. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to do what I like. So my dad pressured me that I had to go do a degree.
Okay.
Another one.
Mm-hmm.
He would not see it as pressure, and I don't think I've actually ever said it to him directly. So now I kind of feel funny because I wish I would have said it to him first.
Now he's gonna
before
listen.
saying it now. But
Daddy, we love you.
C'est la vie. Such is life. It is what it is. But I did feel pressured at that time, so that was why I paid for the prep class, because I was like, I know myself. I don't want to do this master's degree.
Yeah.
Let me pay for this class so that I can at least get some outside push. I only did like 3 classes.
He was like,
and I was like, done. I'm done. But then I was like, I still have to go and get another degree.
Yeah, yeah.
So I said, you know what? Let me go to culinary school. I felt at that time that it would have benefited me because I was already in the thick of my
field.
business.
Exactly.
But in hindsight, truthfully, I don't think going to culinary school actually really did much for the business.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just now I have the degree and I learned more things.
Techniques
and stuff. But Shade, let's be real. We could have learned those things without culinary school.
Really, you think so? I don't agree, because I feel like
YouTube,
babes,
Chef Jean
YouTube,
on YouTube.
yeah, but it's different. I feel like being hands-on, practicing back to back. Because I feel like with YouTube, you pressure yourself. When you have that gig, that's when you want to start researching ideas. But I feel like that whole year I feel like I learned a lot.
No, I'm not saying we didn't learn. No, I'm just saying that
I had more confidence in the kitchen. I knew my tools. I knew where to go.
But Shade, I'm trying to tell you that before that, Shade, you had those
I knew my way
skills
around the kitchen, but with this one, I felt like I had more.
Shade, you were already cooking before culinary school.
But now I can charge whatever because now I have a degree.
That's what I'm saying. So
but it's not only just finance. It's not just only financial, but I feel like I learned something.
Yes, and what I'm saying is that you would have also learned that same thing. I'm not saying we didn't learn. We learned really, really well. But truthfully, when we think about where we already were in the cooking field,
yeah,
there were not things that you were not aware of before. It's just that the benefit of culinary school is that you were forced to practice. Yes. Whereas maybe if you were doing it on your own, you could be more lax, you could take your time and all of that. But in the school, I mean, our asses were there every night, every morning, whatever. And we had to be there and do practicals and things like that. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
No,
I'm
it's
just
not.
saying
It's
that we, even without, we would have succeeded.
We would have succeeded, yes. But I'm happy that I did.
Yeah, me too.
I'm really happy. I'm happy that I went to culinary school. It gave me more confidence. It just made me feel a little bit more well-rounded.
I agree.
Yeah.
And it's official, so.
It is.
You're a chef. Like now when people are debating, am I a cook? Am I a chef?
Yeah.
You're a chef. You actually, it's a career path. Like,
yes.
And you are, like the way people go to school for engineering, but even if they're not practicing, they say, I am an engineer.
Yes.
Because they have the proof.
We practice.
You're a practicing chef.
I am, because the minimum wage pay was not the greatest.
Hey!
Let's not get there. But we've worked in real kitchens. Real kitchens.
You more so than me, though.
Really? Oh, yeah. No, but I feel like also having your own catering service and feeding 500 people.
Okay, fairs.
Okay. A whole production.
But that's different than working at a restaurant, Shads. No, in terms of like...
Okay, it's different, yeah. There's more... There's just structure. Everyone is assigned to every
There is
station.
more structure,
yeah,
for
there's
sure.
more structure. Like, everyone is assigned to chef de partie, there's the
Sous
grill,
chef,
there's the saute, there's the plating, there's someone that's reading the orders to you, there's a pastry. It's a whole production. I think it's a beautiful thing, honestly.
It's beautiful.
Even though the chef will yell at you small, but
I don't know that I would have survived.
I think you can do it, babe. Imagine us going to Le Jardinier together working.
That would have been... I would have been sick.
No, you wouldn't have.
I would have been sick.
You would have enjoyed it.
No,
if I liked it, you would have liked it. You would have. So if I can survive.
So you're different.
How? What does that mean?
I complain too much.
You cannot complain in that kitchen. You can't complain. You have to weigh your...
I don't like this. I don't like that. But that's this.
Yeah, but you would twist. But you're a Nigerian. Resilience is your middle name.
I don't know about that, Shads.
You are resilient. You will switch up and say, yes, chef. We chef.
We chef.
We chef.
We chef.
They'll tell you do this. You say we chef.
They say make it nice.
And you do it. Yes. They'll tell you this looks like crap. Make it nice. You do it again. That's it. It's just. Anyways,
I don't know. Will I ever still actually go and work at a restaurant? I don't know. I don't think so. Just because the restaurant hours, they disgust me.
it's crazy hours. You basically don't really have a life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, maybe it's less about actively working in the kitchen and more so around the structure of restaurant business and kitchen life
That sounds
that
good.
kills me.
But behind the line and the hot and the heat, you're next to a burner.
Yeah.
You're next to heat lamps. Yeah, you're going to sweat.
I will. And I don't know. All that one, I don't even mind, truthfully. Those hours sicken me. I can't do it.
Yeah,
like,
pay.
I feel like the pay and the amount of work.
Yeah, the pay could be better. But I worked at a fine dining restaurant, and the pay was better, but it could be more because we did a lot of work.
Shadi,
They
yes,
require
you
a
did
lot
so much.
from the chefs. They require a lot of consistency of hard work. And we had to do that. We had to put that on a plate every day. No excuses, no problems. Do it now, do it. Because our main priority is
Your
guests.
customers. Yeah.
Even the word customer itself, they're our guests. We're feeding our guests. Sounds a bit much.
You're
better.
the host.
Yeah.
You're the guest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all
No
that. I
offense.
don't know. I mean, yes, I have customer service in my catering and all of that. That was one thing I tried to make sure I was consistent, on time, all of that. But it's one thing to be in charge of it versus being under a structure that you know how the structure is.
Yeah.
And I hate that structure.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Hate is
Maybe
a
I
strong
did
word.
myself. No, yeah, I hate it. I'm disgusted and I'm sickened and I hate it. And that's why. So when we did that internship in our final semester, where I just used the hours of 234 kitchen, because I could.
Yeah.
But I used to think to myself, like, is this me, like, being a chicken? Like, am I chickening out? Am I not pushing myself as much as I could? But also, truthfully,
It's hard work.
it was hard, especially because we were doing so many events at that time. The restaurant hours were not going to work. Like, literally, we had events every single
God
weekend.
is good.
I mean... But that aside, we had events every single weekend, and I knew that there was no restaurant that would give me every weekend off.
Yeah, there was no way.
It would have been practically impossible because they would have been like, are you serious? Like, how do you want to come here and not work anything weekend?
True.
And I feel like they actually value the weekends more than the weekday.
Yeah. Thursday to Sunday. Brunch.
Well, there you have it.
Brunch. I don't know why.
Boozy brunch.
None of the chefs that cook, they don't like brunch.
Brunch is chaotic, Shad.
It's simple. It's the same thing over and over again.
No, but it's wild because the volume is insane.
Yeah. No, I've never met a chef that likes to cook brunch. Like, I don't like making brunch for my customers. Even private chef dining, I'm like, if it's not fresh, I'm not putting no waffles in no. That's
in the chafing dish.
In the chafing dish.
The waffles in the shaper.
Okay.
And then now become soggy.
Exactly. Exactly. No offense, but it's the truth. So we both dabble in food, and we kind of specialize mostly in West African ingredients. So Bethany, let's talk a bit about what you do in Adu. We're just trying to shed more light on West African ingredients.
Yes. So actually, fair enough. Adu is a African food company that essentially makes it easy to access ready-to-eat African food, right?
Yeah.
So this came about having hard times finding convenient places to get food.
Yeah.
So in terms of not having to deal with inconsistency in taste, not having to deal with customer service that can be wishy-washy and just not the best experience, not having to deal with traveling so far to get a dish that is just nice and delicious and heartwarming. So that's really how it came about, to be able to allow everyone and anyone to access those foods.
I like how you said consistency, because that's something that we lack in the Nigerian. Let me not talk about other, countries, African countries, but Nigerian food, because I eat a lot, it just lacks consistency.
I think the issue though is that the structure. So a lot of people that have restaurants, a lot of them are our aunties and our moms and all those people, right?
Yeah.
And they don't have systems.
There's
So they
no
don't
systems,
write
yeah.
down recipes. They're not training people with written recipes. These aunties, there are aunties that don't need recipes and can have consistent tastes over and
Yeah,
over again.
absolutely.
But the problem is if you're training people, they don't have skills like you and you're not giving them accurate recipes or recipes that are even straightforward enough for them to, like, I don't want to say the most illiterate person should still be able
to follow
your
instructions and do it.
recipe.
Yes,
That's how dumbed down and direct and clear they should be.
Yeah,
And we kind of have issues with that. So that's the biggest problem. The aunties don't really care to take time to build recipe books and do all of those because most of the time they are doing the work. But there are going to be days where maybe something happens and they can't be the one to be there. There's no system in place for someone else to take over.
Yeah.
So that's where the inconsistencies come. And again, there's no proper structure around it. A lot of African restaurants, I've been able to see a few even around Houston and just talk to people that have worked in some of those restaurants.
Yeah.
Is lack of structure. That's the biggest
and
thing.
hard work.
It's hard.
You wear many
Restaurant
hats.
business is freaking hard. It's hard.
I feel like Nigeria food is even harder.
Yes, especially because of all the techniques and just like the complex dishes that we have. It's not food that you can just make and just be keeping like that. I mean, you could.
It won't taste the same.
But it don't really hit.
Yeah, there are levels. Even when you want to fry stew, you have to fry the stew properly because if you don't, the stew will be looking like
exactly.
paste.
But if you are making like pasta sauce, that frying effect is not needed. So there's a difference, right? You see, like pasta sauce, you can get away with. It's not undercooked, but you can get away without that frying. Yes. And everyone will say, oh, it's pasta sauce, it's marinara sauce.
Yeah.
But if you call stew, and it's not fried the way it needs to be fried, then we got an issue.
Yeah, there's an issue. Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely.
And there are some African restaurants in this city that I got stew thinking it was supposed to be stew, but it was sauce.
On shake table.
Ah!
Don't shake the table.
No, I love eating out at restaurants here. Yeah. So I love ordering from Adun because we have to. Our company is strict, so there's no owner's perks or anything like that. We got to order. So I order Adun a lot, but I'd be tired of waiting sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I want it right then and there. So I go to restaurants a lot, and I've eaten at quite a few Nigerian restaurants.
There's some good ones. We can talk about that later, though.
Of course.
But I think what you guys are doing is amazing because you guys are like including convenience, not only just convenience, but luxury and food that tastes like home.
Hey, you know what?
Food that tastes like.
I think what you're doing is amazing. Tell us what you do with the small chops, Chad.
Small chops. So I'm really passionate about small chops. Like when I didn't know I was passionate until when I start making meat pies over and over and over. I'm looking at you over again because I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm tired of making meat pies.
Yeah.
But I do see a lot of problems. I was watching this Nigerian guy that started this startup company, and it's doing, I think it's called Mornings.
No.
It's like a scheduling, God forgive me. But he said
is it
like a scheduling app that schedules your Zoom meetings and things like that. He's shot amazing. I watched him on YouTube, and he said, I think they asked him, like, how did you come about this idea? And he was like, I saw a problem and I had a solution. And I think that's what kind of drove me to focusing more on Fine Small Chops, which is my business, because I saw a problem with meat pies and small chops in Houston, Texas. And I felt like I can fix this. This is a solution because meat pies, which is a small chop in Nigeria, and I feel like every culture has their own spin.
So basically, it's just, sorry to cut you off, Shaz.
No, you're good, babes.
It's just a meat-filled pastry.
That's what it is. Pastry, yes.
So it could be beef, could be lamb, it could be chicken,
anything. Yes.
Could be fish.
Yes. Every culture has their own spin to it. There's like sambusa,
empanada,
there's beef patties, there's empanadas. So just every culture has their own. I'm sure even Russians, they have their own spin to it and everything like that. So I feel like I had a solution. I'm just so passionate about it that. And also I feel like West African dishes needs to be on the map. And Afrofusion is a great way to start, but I feel like also trying to also expose the authentic flavors and the bold flavors of where we come from is very, very important.
Exactly.
So that's the reason why I'm so passionate about it. And why not? The way people put truffles on the map. Why can't they put Iru on the map too, or praise it? Because Iru is actually amazing, and delicious. So.
Yeah, Iru is great. It's like Iru is literally a whole flavor profile on
Very
its own.
much
Like,
so.
it packs a punch.
And not only that, I just imagine the storytelling from like behind the idea of Iru, like what led our ancestors.
Oh, for those that might not know, Iru is the Yoruba word for locust beans.
Locust beans, basically, or fermented
locust beans. Yes, that's
There's
it.
so much to talk about, and I truly can't wait to get into this
and I
podcast.
think that's essentially what we're trying to do with this.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the mission.
Well, we just want to come to you guys as real as we can be.
Yes.
Chat with you guys.
Yes.
Talk about what we love and like surrounding food. Like we both love food. But I think we realize, and we're both on the same page, that food isn't just about like the eating or the cooking.
Yeah.
A big part of food is the discussion around
the
food.
storytelling, the nostalgia.
Exactly.
The organic.
It's so much around it.
Yes.
And they're just there's too much to talk about.
And we can't wait to get into it.
We can't wait to get into it.
Have some questions. We really have 2 questions for this episode. My first question is, do you remember the first dish that you've ever made by yourself from beginning to end?
No, I don't remember the first. No, truthfully, no, I do not. I don't remember the first dish I ever made, but I think the first things I used to cook, or things that I cook a lot, were like chicken, and so baked chicken, which I absolutely mastered. I mastered the marinade. That's obviously what made it bomb. So I remember at UH, I used to sell the rices, jollof rice, coconut rice, fried rice. So it could be any of those rices with grilled chicken. When I say I mastered that marinade, it was crazy.
I'm so happy for you. We have stories.
Chicken.
You were cooking in UH, but let's not get into it because of time.
Well, that's definitely another conversation. But yeah, the grilled chicken for sure. And the rices, I know I used to like make soups and stews and all of that. Yeah. But the things that were hits were my rices and the grilled chicken.
Okay. I think for me, the one thing I remember I made from beginning to end was like an apple pie. Like I made the dough from scratch. It was really thick. Very thick and dry. But I love the filling. I remember that was my apple pie, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any question, babes?
I think the last question would be, what is a legendary dish that you've made?
Legendary. I'm so extra. Legendary. I would say Bethany is smiling at me. I would say the omiobe veloute was pretty amazing. Legendary. God definitely put that, because I remember I was fasting. And God said, put 2 and 2 together, and I did. So an omiobe veloute is basically an Afro fusion with French, like a mother sauce, and an African Nigerian omiobe. Omiobe in Yoruba. Omiobe is Yoruba, but in English, it's basically water stew. So I basically put those 2 together, which is a veloute, which is one of the mother sauces, and watery stew together.
Yeah, so omiobe is not as thick as a fried stew.
It's a bit more loose. You can make it with fish, you can cook meat, anything in it. And I just basically infused some French techniques with, of course, not losing the bold flavor of an omiobe itself, the spices, the tomato, and a stock of some sort to give flavor.
Yeah, that dish was insane. I really loved it. I enjoyed it, and
I paired it with agege bread.
Yeah,
and I made it into a crouton. Say. I made like a garlic butter crouton with the agege bread. It was really, really good.
It was insane.
It's
it was
still
awesome.
delicious.
Still delicious.
What about you, babes?
Mine is an easy one. I think it's not my most exciting thing to make, because I don't make it anymore. I actually took it off the menu because people were harassing me for it. I said, I am not making it again. Don't ask me. Never ask me. It's done. But it was the deviled Scotch egg.
Ooh, let's get into it.
The deviled Scotch egg is basically a deviled egg wrapped in sausage. A deviled egg in Scotch. A Scotch deviled egg. So basically make Scotch egg as you normally would make Scotch egg. And I am saying this now. I make the best Scotch egg ever.
Wow, is the confidence?
No, I am
me.
saying it. I make
I'm in
the
awe.
best Scotch egg.
Moa in
And
awe. I'm in awe of the
truthfully,
confidence.
when I was first starting out, when I was just doing like small events, so baby showers, house parties, things like that, the two consistent things that always sold out consistently were the Scotch eggs and the meat pies. Oh, no, the chicken pies. So I don't do those chicken pies anymore. But I used to have like they were round shaped chicken pies. They were the only chicken pies in Houston that looked like that. And the Scotch egg was the only Scotch egg that tasted like that. Scotch egg is my favorite small chop in a box. Like throw everything away, especially Mosa, the worst. Worst.
Yeah, I never got it.
Yeah, Mosa is the worst. I'm saying it now.
Say it loud and proud. I love
Mosa
plantains.
is the one.
I like plantains, but I don't get the Mosa parts.
Shasha, those two things. So just even forget the deviled Scotch egg. Just the Scotch egg on its own was amazing. And then I just said, how can we just take it to the next level?
Next level. Ooh, elevate.
How can we take it to the next
Ejeka
level?
elevate.
And honestly, that has been one of the most, like, it's been a hit.
Yeah.
And people still beg me till now
to make it.
And I don't think people will stop begging me to make it, truthfully. I feel like if I was ever to say, hey guys, I'm doing catering again, people will be like, devil Scotch egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think now if I make it is to show that I really, really love you. But I don't think I can do it for events again. Wow. And also it's like there's now a sensitive part of it for me. So I don't.
Well, let's see if you love me. For my birthday, I want some devil.
Hell to the no. To the no.
Bethany.
To the no.
But honestly, this was fun. This was our first official episode.
Yes.
We saw Shege.
Shege.
We
So
saw
we
all
did
of
it.
it. But
Wow.
thank God for
I'm
his
so happy,
provision.
Chad.
I'm so blessed
excited.
to do this with you.
I'm so blessed to do this.
So
with
guys,
you.
thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes,
really,
we can't wait to
really
catch you
appreciate
guys.
You guys, I appreciate you.
We can't wait to catch you guys on the next episode
Indeed.
of For Food Only.